Hey
Hey,
Chandra,
Pratik.
hi. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, we will start the session. Just give me a minute. Yeah.
Sure. So just wanted to know is some video is on or no because I'm not able to locate the options. So just
Sorry, can you please come again?
yeah. So just wanted to know if for me is video on or so because users I'm not able to find it. I'm just still exploring what to do.
Yeah. No issues. Please wait for some time. I will start the session. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Very good morning and good evening to all. So welcome to DBT session. So this is just introduction session today. So I have already completed live training for Snowflake. There's 42 sessions I already completed, and I have shared all the materials. So for Snowflake, for this DBT, the Snowflake and SQL are the prerequisite. And today I will start with the DBT. So DBT is nothing but it's a data build tool. So today I'll start with introduction. From tomorrow onwards, we'll see the practical session. So what is DBT? So this particular session, yeah, I will take. So what is DBT? Why do we need this DBT? And so how this DBT will be used in Snowflake or Azure Databricks or any other cloud platforms, and how we will write the transformation logic. So first we will go with the introduction. So then after that, I will take all your questions. So we will keep the question and answer at the end of our session. So first, let me complete the introduction and explain about the DBT and all this. Then we'll go for the question and answer. So I will answer all your questions. Okay. So now I'll go with, so what is DBT? So we have already completed Snowflake, right? Snowflake we have seen, so all the SQLs and everything. But why the companies are using a separate tool, the DBT, instead of any other ETL tool, right? So we do have other ETL tools are in the market, like ETL tools are there, or even data transformation tools are there. Then why the companies are preferring this DBT? So if you go to any job portal or any job requirement for Snowflake, 70 to 80% of the jobs they'll be asking that Snowflake with the DBT or Azure Databricks with the DBT and Redshift with the DBT, all this, right? So why do we need this DBT? We'll see that one by one. So DBT is nothing but it's a data build tool, and it is used for data transformation. So it is not going to do any data extraction. So it will do only the data transformation. So if you see this particular architecture, so we have the heterogeneous sources, the source side, and we have to load this data. So these are some OLTP systems, and we have the cloud platforms and different applications. We may get data from third-party vendors, right? So this is like different heterogeneous source system, and we have to bring this data to a data warehouse or data lake. So data warehouse can handle only structured data, but nowadays we are using the data for AI and ML process as well as BI process. So that's why we need enterprise data lake. So most of the project we will be using the cloud platforms like Snowflake, Azure platform or AWS platform or GCP platform for enterprise data lake. And there is a need of data transformation heavily. And DBT is a data transformation tool. It is not a data extraction tool. So please remember this DBT is the data transformation tool. And it is an open source tool. Okay, so we have two flavors in DBT. So one is DBT Cloud, another one is DBT Core. So DBT Core is on-prem. So it's like it's not on-prem, it's just a command line interface. So we will use the command to execute all this. So DBT related stuff, and that is completely free. So we'll see that. So what is that? And so here in our session, we are going to learn this DBT Cloud. So mostly we are going to concentrate on DBT Cloud, and we will see that same concept is applicable on DBT Core as well. So we'll see that command as well, how to execute the models, how to build a model, test a model, everything. And DBT Cloud is a paid version, and it will be used on top of any of the data platforms, like modern data platforms. On the cloud platform, we will use it. And like a Snowflake or BigQuery from GCP, and Redshift from AWS, and Databricks, even any Databricks, right? So it can work. Azure Databricks or AWS Databricks or GCP Databricks, so it can work. It's like a platform agnostic. It means, okay, if we are creating the data transformation by using DBT, the same can be used in other platform also. So that's why we are going for this one. So it provides a framework for writing the SQL queries. So here we are going to write all the transformation by using SQL only. It's a SQL first tool. This is called SQL first tool, and it can be integrated with version control tool. And also we can run the test cases, and we can build the data lineage. So that's the reason we are going for this DBT in most of the project. And by using any data extraction tool, we can load the data into this cloud platform as a raw data. It's like a ELT process. ELT means extract the data, load the raw data into data warehouse or data lake. After that, we will apply business logic. So it may be like a BI, or it may be for AI related stuff, right? So that's why we will do it. On top of this raw data, we will build a DBT models. This model will be running, and it will transform the data based on the SQL queries what we are writing it. And on top of this transform data, it's nothing but it's a dimension and fact tables, and we will build a data model for reporting. It's like a Power BI or Tableau or Looker or any other reporting tool. We will use it, and we will take the data from this curated layer, and we will create a report on top of that. So this is the overall architecture of DBT, and I hope you will get. So why do we need this DBT, right? Yes. So we have two flavors from DBT. So one is DBT Core, another one is DBT Cloud. So DBT Core is open source and it's completely free. It's like a command line tool. So we can install it locally on our machine or server, and we can have this command. So we can use command, which is very similar to, okay, DBT run, DBT build, all this we can use it, and it can run. No licensing fee for this DBT Core, but we have the DBT Cloud. So if you go to any real-time project, they will use, most of them will use this DBT Cloud because it's a ready-made, it's available, right? So tomorrow, if I need DBT, yes, I can go and create account in DBT Cloud, and we can use it. It's a commercial product, so we have to pay for that. So how much we are using that, we have to pay for that, and it's a like web UI. So everything, it will be a UI, user interface. It's which is very similar to our Snowflake or any other cloud platform. So we can use that. We can create a data model. Sorry, we can create a model, and we can schedule it, and we can integrate with version control tool and do testing. All this we can do. So collaborate with other team members and everything. So we can perform by using this DBT Cloud, and companies will prefer for this particular tool only, DBT Cloud. But still, even though they are using DBT Cloud, yes, you can download this DBT Core and use both as well. Okay. So what is DBT? So we have seen that DBT is not a data extraction tool. In real-time project, for data extraction, we will use some data replication tool or even ETL tool. Like I will share the architecture at the end of our session. So that is the same architecture we will follow in our real-time project as well. So DBT works with data which is already loaded into the cloud platform. Okay, so we have the data already. The raw data, we forklift the data from heterogeneous sources to Snowflake or Databricks or any other cloud platform. On top of that, we will apply the transformation logic by using DBT. So how we will apply the transformation logic? It's a SQL first one. So we will write all the transformation logic by using SQL. So that's what we'll go for. SQL first. We'll say it's a SQL first, and it can be applied on Databricks, Snowflake, Microsoft Fabric, GCP BigQuery, Amazon Redshift. It's like the Redshift BigQuery and all. It's like a data warehouse environment. So PostgreSQL, all these platforms, we can apply this transformation logic. So we have two different data processing, right? So one is, so we can go ahead. So one is ETL, another one is ELT. So ETL is nothing but, okay, we can get the data from heterogeneous sources. So we may get the data as a file from third-party vendors, or third-party vendors, we can get the data as an API. So we can connect to their front-end application we can get. So through API also, right? So API integration or file system, flat file systems, or any other file. So we can go for, and any RDBMS. This is normal ETL process, right? So you'll get RDBMS here. And so we can get some data from cloud as well. So we can get data from the cloud platforms or any other applications. So in-house applications, everything. Then normal traditional data warehouse environment, we will use one ETL tool here, the data extraction and data transformation. So it will extract the data from these platforms, the source, heterogeneous sources, and apply the transformation logic as well. So here we will apply transformation logic, and then we will load it into our, this is a cloud platform or on-prem platform, right? So this is what normally we'll go for ETL flow. So even here we will have the multiple layers here. So we may have staging layer, and we have some intermediate layer and core layer or final layer, semantic layer. This is the way we will have it. So different layers. Can you please go on mute? So please go on mute. Okay. So this is what we will have this environment. This is nothing but a data warehouse environment, right? Enterprise data warehouse. So we'll call it as enterprise data warehouse. So mostly it will handle structured data. So that's what normally you'll have. And this is nothing but ETL tool will use it. So after that, nowadays we are going for ELT model. So ELT model, so here we do have our data warehouse environment, right? So data lake environment, even we will call it as data lake. It's nothing but this is what we'll say, it's a data lake. And so if you go to this data lake, it's nothing but EDL. So we'll call it as enterprise data lake. And it can handle three different types of data: structured data, it's all structured data like a tables; semi-structured data like we have we have JSON file, XML file, Parquet file, different file systems; semi-structured data, and then we have unstructured data as well: audio file, video file, cookies and logs and everything. So that we will handle it. So here, so that's what normally we'll go for machine learning and artificial intelligence, all the process, right? So nowadays we are loading the data. So first we loaded the data here. You just load the raw data into this platform. After that, we will apply the transformation logic on top of this, because this raw layer, this raw layer can be used for other platform as well, other process as well. It's nothing but, okay,
ఆ? అవ్వతుందా ఉడికద్దలకి ఎక్కువేం కావద్దు
okay. Sorry, please go on mute. Okay, so now I will take, this is a raw layer, and so here we will use the same, these platforms, and we may get data from heterogeneous sources here again, like it's a modern EDL platforms. It's nothing but, okay, we'll have the heterogeneous sources here, and we will do the data extraction tool. So here we are not going for ETL, so we will use ELT process. So ELT is nothing but so extraction, load the data as a raw data here in this layer. So after that, we will apply the transformation logic. So if you need the data for BI, you apply business intelligence, the transformation logic. If you need the data for AI, yes, you can apply the data. You can train these data, train the models for A and ML process, and we can apply like supervised learning, unsupervised learning, any kinds of learning you can apply on this raw data. So data scientist or data scientist, they will use the raw data here, and we are the BI, right? Business intelligence reporting team, BI team, business analytics team. So we will take the raw data from here and apply the transformation top logic on top of this raw layer. So nothing but we will apply the transformations and we will load the data. We will give the data to this BI layer. So BI is nothing but our business intelligence reporting. So here we will apply the transformation logic. We go for this way. So this is the EDL you'll go for. These are the source systems we have. Again, we have the flat files here and the APIs. And so it's a different, it's nothing but file system. We can extract the data as a file. And so we can use any of the ELT tools. Like even in Snowflake, if you take Snowflake or Databricks or any other cloud platforms, for data extraction or data replication tool. So we'll do the replication tool as well. So we have the click replication, some different replication tools are available. It will just take the data from here. It will just load it into this layer. That's it. So we have different tools. Materialian, we have data extraction tool. So a lot of data extraction tool we have. Still some project they will use Informatica also. Data extraction tool they will use and they load it here. After that we will apply different logic here. So this is the two different process. If you go to any modern data platforms, so definitely they will use this ELT model, not this ETL process nowadays. So we are going for all the A and ML related projects, and both we have to use the platform for both BI as well as AI. So this is what, so here I explained, and why DBT. So these are the reasons. So why we are going for DBT here. So it's nothing but SQL first approach. So if you are from SQL background, then DBT is very, very easy. So everything we are going to create. So on top of this platform, on top of Snowflake or Databricks or even Redshift, right? So GCP BigQuery, all this we can perform by using this DBT. So the first thing is the SQL first approach. Then modularity. So if you go to Databricks or Snowflake, right, we will write if you want to write this data model for any fact tables, so fact table logic aggregations, then we'll be writing some reporting. So we need to create some reporting on top of this dimension fact table. We'll be writing some 4,000 to 5,000 lines of code as well, right? 3,000 lines, 2,000 lines. So we will write the code and we will use some CTEs, so common table expressions, and with the class we will do the modularity. But here, if you go to the DBT, so everything is like a modularity. So we will create .SQL file, and from the .SQL file, it's nothing but it's a DBT model, and from the model, we will create the reference. So it's nothing but, for example, if you take Snowflake or Databricks or any other platform, we do have an SQL file, right? SQL. So all the transformation, we will write it in SQL only. So if it is Informatica, then we will write it all the logic by using transformations. But nowadays, most of the project, we are migrating from this Informatica Power Center or any other ETL tool, on-prem ETL tool to this cloud platforms. So there, if we are writing SQLs, so if we are using DBT, so how we will write? So even if you have 5,000, 4,000 lines of code, so first we will split this code into multiple modules. Like here, we will create one model, then another model. So like this, we'll create multiple models here. So like this, we'll create a module. So instead of, even if you use Databricks notebook or Snowflake notebook, right? So we'll split that cells into SQL file or Python file. Similarly, here also we will create, so this one into multiple models here. So this is called multiple models. We'll create the models, and each model, for example, this is model 1, this is model 2. So we will split the SQL file into multiple models. So why we are creating this model, right? To create the data lineage, automatically this DBT will create a data lineage, and automatically it will create the test cases as well. So testing also is very easy here. This is nothing but model. Okay, so we can say it's a model 1, and then this is model 2. So we can go for multiple models here. So model 1, model 2, model 3, like this. We can create n number of models here. So model 2 and model 3. So these are different models, we'll say. Model 3 here and model 4. This way we can create n number of models. We are splitting that complete SQL into multiple models here. On top of the model is nothing but .SQL file. This is nothing but .SQL file. So one .SQL file, that's it. We are creating. For example, if it is a customer table, yes, we can create customer table. If it is some other table, dimension table, yes, we can create .SQL file. So here also another .SQL file, another .SQL file. So this way we are going to create multiple .SQL files, and we can reference it. So we can just give reference here. Okay, reference of model 2 can reference model 1, or even model 3 can reference model 1. So you can reference any models. So that's why, so if you modularize it, it can be referenced with any other model. So this way we can reference it. I'll tell you later point of sessions. So how to reference it, because reference is like one topic here. So we can do the referencing here. So that way we can automatically, this is a DBT cloud tool. So tomorrow we will install it, and I'll tell you how to connect with the Snowflake or any other platform. So this is the DBT here. I just created one model. And if you see this model, this is the source. You can see the source. So I have given some sample underscore data. It's a database name. You can see this is a database. So wherever you are seeing this icon, this is nothing but source. And wherever you are seeing that's MDL, it's nothing but model. So this DBT, since we are creating like this, the data lineage, it will automatically create. So even if you are working on the very big project, right? So data lineage and backtracking process is very easy. So if you are creating SQL files in Databricks or even Snowflake or any other platform, the data lineage will not be there. So as a developer, as a data engineer, we have to backtrack it one by one. Okay, this SQL file where it is referencing, this SQL where it is referencing, and from where it is we are getting the data. So we have to open the file, we have to check the from class and how this is being used in another query, right? But in DBT, this is one advantage. So why the companies are moving towards on DBT, why they are using DBT, right? So this graph, whatever changes we are going to do, so that automatically it will update. So here it will automatically create. So this is nothing but, okay, this sales fact table, it's a sourced from this customer and date dim, and also it's sourced from this model. So we have referencing it, right? So then we are taking the data from these two sources, and these two sources may be from another schema as well. In Snowflake, so we can have these two tables from another schema, another database also. So this way I can create. So even we can create a schema.yaml file. So these things I will explain later, schema.yaml file, then dbt project.yaml file. So these are the important files, we'll have it, and we will create the models here, macros here, and all this we'll see in our forthcoming sessions. Okay, so everything is like a .SQL file. These SQL files, if you see this, these SQL files is nothing but models. Transaction utility is one model, and customer ephemeral is another one model. Customer table is another .SQL file. So this way we can create. This is nothing but, if you have any CSV file you want to create as a seed, Yes. So here DBT, we can create as a seed here. Okay. So this is what we will use this DBT, and tomorrow I will explain that this DBT overview, the tool overview, how to connect with so Git as well. So GitHub we will use, and then so how to do the orchestration. It's nothing but scheduling and version control, everything we'll see that, and models and everything. So this is what we will go for, this modularity, version control, documentation and testing. So it's very simple for documentation and testing. Data lineage graph. So this is what the advantage. For example, today in your project, they are using Snowflake as the platform. Tomorrow, later point of time, they want to move this ETL logic from, or they want to apply the same ETL logic in Databricks environment or any other platform. Like you want to apply this one on BigQuery, or you want to apply the same ETL logic on any other platform. Yes, you can use the same DBT, just to underlying data that we are going to change the connection. So it can work with multiple platforms. So same ETL logic can work with any other platform. So that's why we are going for this DBT. So DBT is nothing but SQL first approach. We'll go for this way. So DBT is the core. SQL is the core for this DBT. And that's what, if you are from SQL background, and we are not going to use any Java or Python in DBT, it's completely SQL. So if you know the SQL very well, so this DBT we can learn within 2 weeks. Okay. And instead of writing thousands of lines of code in this any other platform, we can create a reusable models. Yes, it's a reusable models. So we can create one model if you are creating it. So that model can be referenced in any other models, multiple models we can reference. So this is the way we have to write. So this one, so whatever that we are going to write, it's nothing but Jinja expression. So we'll call it as Jinja expressions. So we will see that, okay, so how to learn this. It's very simple here. At least I will give you some reference sheet. So there I will mention all this, the syntax, and you can learn it very quickly here. So reusable logic, very easy to debug here. Any transformation logic, if you want to debug it, very simple. And readability, it's very simple and faster development. And you can go for a data lineage. So backtracking is very simple here. So if your business analytics team or business team, they are coming as, they're saying that our Power BI team or Tableau team, they're saying that, okay, this data is not loaded correctly. So you can get the target table from them and then go to the models. You can backtrack it how this is being loaded, and it's very simple to backtrack and everything. So that's why the companies are going for this DBT as a tool. And version control. So we can integrate with any version control like Git or Bitbucket, and we can integrate, and we can do all the pull request. You can do if we are working on multiple user environment, yes, it's very easy to do the version control. It can track all the changes. So documentation and testing also here it is possible. So it can do this way. We can do test cases, all this, like a primary key, unique, not null. So all this we can write. So this one also we'll see later, documentation and testing. And data lineage we have seen, right? So how the data lineage, how the data is, okay, this is coming from raw layer and staging layer, and it's going to the intermediate layer and data mart layer. And finally, it is going to the dashboard. If Power BI team or somebody is saying that, okay, dashboard, the data is not reflected correctly or data is not loaded, then it's very easy to backtrack it. So end-to-end flow, it will give you. So we'll call it as here, it's a DAG. So how we will have the DAG in Airflow, it's an orchestration tool. So here also we'll have the DAG similar to this. Then it's very easy to backtrack it. And it's a platform agnostic. It's nothing but we can use this DBT any other platforms also on top of it. Okay, so if you have raw data on Snowflake, yes, you can use DBT, BigQuery you can use, Redshift we can use, Databricks we can use, PostgreSQL or many other platforms you can use it. So that's why we are going for this one. In short, if you ask me or somebody ask you in interview, so why do we need this DBT? So even though we have Snowflake, Databricks, we have Notebook. Yes, Notebook also we can modularize it our code. So there we can do Python and even SQL code. So we can do this, but data lineage graph testing and this one is still we have the scope in Snowflake and Databricks, and that's why the companies already started using the DBT. It's very simple. So whatever we have seen, so that's a reason we are going for modularity, testing, documentation, and lineage capabilities. So DBT brings software engineering best practices to SQL by managing dependencies, automating data quality checks, generating the documentation, and enabling the CI/CD. So continuous integration, continuous deployment or delivery, turning SQL into maintainable and scalable analytics pipeline. So that's a reason we are going for DBT. So whatever we have seen so far. And if you take these two are the comparison between Snowflake and Databricks. So we'll see that later one by one. And this is the expression we will write it. In syntax, we will write it by using DBT. It's nothing but Jinja expression. We'll call it as it's a Jinja expression. We have to learn this one only. It's very simple to learn, and we have some 4 or 5 within less than 10 different Jinja codes are available so that we can learn quickly. Okay, I will give you this keywords and concept also, and this is the way we will create the SQL models. It's very simple. You have to create a simple model, and you can go for this test plus documentation YAML file. If you are creating it, yes. So test cases also, it's very simple. So this is the overall architecture of, if you go to any Snowflake or DBT project, right? So this is the overall architecture, we'll have it. So left hand side, we have all the different kinds of source system. Like we have the streaming platforms. We may get the data from Kafka, Kinesis from AWS, right? And then Azure Event Hub. So it's like a continuous data generation streaming platforms. So it will be data will be ingested to these data ingestion platforms like S3, or it's a file. Okay, so we are going to take the data as a file and we are going to upload it here, and we can use copy into the Snowflake stage, or we can create a snow pipe, right? So we have seen already, but finally we'll see one end-to-end project with all this, then you'll get clear idea. So here we are moving the data to this Snowflake internal stage, and then internal stage to raw layer. Or if you are creating snow pipe, yes, from directly from external stage to raw layer, we can ingest the file. So we are bringing the data here. It's like ELT model, extraction and loading the data into raw layer. It's nothing but different logical division of our Snowflake or any other platform only here. Right. So here we will put it, and then we will create multiple databases here. For example, raw layer, then intermediate layer. It's nothing but it's a medallion architecture. We'll go for multiple layers here. So we have the raw layer, curated layer, data access layer for business intelligence reporting. And this is for BI process. So if you want to have AI process, they will take data directly from raw layer, and they will do this, all this data science, the models they will be running on raw layer. They will create all the models here. But for us, BI analytics, so we have to take the data from curated layer or data access layer and build this report this way. And if you are bringing, so how we will bring the data here? Either we can go for this way, snow pipe, or copy this way, we can bring the data to raw layer. It is a file. Or if you want to connect any cloud platforms directly. So now Snowflake you can connect directly Snowflake to ServiceNow. So previously in our project as well, Snowflake we connected. If I want to connect ServiceNow, so we have used click replication as the tool. So click replication can connect with ServiceNow. It can ingest the data continuously to Snowflake. But now recently Snowflake has enabled it. So one adapter. So this adapter directly can connect with ServiceNow, and it will ingest the data to this raw layer. So even you can take the data from Salesforce. It's nothing but CRM tool, and NetSuite, Workday, ServiceNow, Marketo, or Google Analytics. So we will see that Google Analytics are the Google platform to take the data to this raw layer. And here we can go for any RDBMS system. Like if you have data on OLTP systems like Oracle, SQL Server, MySQL, PostgreSQL, or any platform, right? SAP HANA. If you have data, we can use data extraction tool. Like we can use Fivetran, any one of the tools, not all the tools. So I put all the possible tools here, but any one of the tools we will use it here. Like Fivetran, it's like a data extraction tool. Informatica Cloud, it's a data extraction as well as data transformation tool. Stitch is nothing but a data extraction tool. Airbyte we can use. Matillion we can use. It's a data extraction tool. And these tools are data extraction only. It will not perform any data transformation. This one, Informatica or ADF or AWS Glue can perform data transformation as well. So it can connect with the source system, do the transformations. So we can write SQL or Spark code, PySpark. So all this we can write and then bring the data to this raw layer. First, we will do the ELT process, extraction, loading the data into raw layer here. On top of that, we will apply, we can take the data transformation tools like ADF or AWS Glue or Informatica. We will use it. This is like, yeah, different tools will be available in real-time project. But if you go to most of the project on Snowflake, so they will use the data build tool. So this is nothing but data build tool. Okay, so we are bringing the data to this data storage layer, right? This is nothing but Snowflake Data AI Cloud. So we'll call it as Snowflake Data AI Cloud. We are bringing the data here. All the data we load it. It's like a data lake. On top of that, we will build the data, this a data build tool. We will create multiple models, do the transformation logic, and whatever we apply transformation logic. For example, if you are from Informatica background, or if you are from any other ETL background, like you might be from SSIS or ODI or any other ab initio or any other talent or any other tool, you might be using it. And if you are going to use Snowflake, so whatever here we have ETL tool, that we are going to write it as a DBT models here. And then that model will transform the data and it will load it into the curated layer. So curation is nothing but it's a gold layer. So that's nothing but in medallion architecture, it's a gold layer, and then with data access layer is nothing but platinum layer. So this is what we will do it. On top of that, BI analytics team, they will take the data from this data access layer. It's nothing but we will create a data mart or some views we will create it on top of that, and they'll be using it. So this is the complete architecture of DBT. So I hope you are clear. So yes, in DBT project, we have to use data ingestion tool or data loader or data extraction tool and load the data to Snowflake or any Azure platform. On top of that, use DBT or any, so most of the project will use DBT. So even some project, they will use only Snowflake. Some project, they will use only Azure Databricks. They will not use DBT for transformations. But most of the project, if you go to this real-time project, they'll use DBT. So because of that advantage, so whatever you have seen. So I hope you are clear. Tomorrow we will see that, so how to install this DBT Cloud and DBT Core. And I will tell you that how to create a project, how to connect with our Snowflake. So we'll create DBT on top of Snowflake. So we have to access it, our Snowflake data warehouse tables. It's nothing but dimension fact tables we can connect. And it's a raw layer we can connect. And then we can create a data models. We'll do this dimension fact table, we'll create it. So this is a raw layer, some ingestion tool or data extraction tool or data replication tool will ingest the data to this raw layer. On top of that, will perform. So incremental and the snapshot we can go for. A lot of concepts are there. So that we will discuss it one by one. And I hope you should have already received this this particular DBT. So what we are going to cover in this DBT training, right? So this is the one we will have it. And the course content I have already shared. So this is a course content. So daily recording is, so you might be from Snowflake and Informatica batches. And similar way, I'm going to share that the everyday recordings, and it will be available for lifetime access. And we will have that Snowflake and DBT end-to-end project resume preparation. Already we completed for Snowflake project explanation, but DBT and Snowflake, we'll see that combinedly. And so the prerequisite for this particular training is SQL, Snowflake, any platform you need to have. And then, yes, definitely you should have this knowledge, ETL, ELT knowledge, all this. And who can learn? So these members can learn it. So ETL developers, data analyst, data engineer, and data analytics managers, Snowflake developers. So if you are from any cloud platforms, you can learn it. This will be useful. If you are from Informatica or Snowflake or any other platform, learning this DBT is very, very easy. So this is the course content. So today we have seen that this one. Tomorrow we'll see that setting up our DBT cloud and DBT core as well. And we'll do that. So here we are going to see that Fivetran as a tool, data extraction tool, and Informatica also. We'll see that because sometimes some project they will use Informatica, or you might be from Informatica background or non-Informatica background. We will do that one setup for Fivetran tool, Materialian tool, and any other data extraction tool, and Informatica tool as well. And we'll create a models, and we'll go for models, Jinja expressions, and materialization. Okay, so how we are going to create different materializations, nothing but tables, views, ephemeral, and how we are going to do that incremental and delta load, all this macros, dependencies. So how to create a different dependencies, nothing but a reference, sources, the alias, and then seeds, full refresh, incremental refresh. So all this we'll see that, and query tagging, hook, snapshot. So GitHub integration and DBT project. So we'll see that end-to-end project, and interview questions, answers, resume preparation, and this is what we are going to have. So and then finally we'll have the mock interview. So this is the course content I have prepared. This is what we are going to see that. Okay. So if you want to connect with me after this session, you can send an email to this one, or you can connect with me on WhatsApp, this number. So I can explain it. So I got few questions also. So let me explain. Sorry, let me take the questions. If organization already using Informatica for both extraction and transformations, so what would be the benefit? So they get, yeah, Informatica, maybe they are using Power Center. So because Power Center is on-prem, the companies might be moving from Power Center to any cloud platform. They want to modernize it. Either they will go for the Informatica cloud. Yes, still I worked in one of the previous projects. There we were using Informatica cloud as the data extraction and data transformation tool, and Snowflake as the data lake. So that's what we have used. But some project, yes, they will use DBT. So that's the reason I explained, right? So modularization and data lineage, integrating with the GitHub, all this is very easy here. So is there any certification? So here it's SQL only. So no need to go for any certification for this DBT. So if you want to perform, then go for Snowflake certifications. Okay. So if you are using IICS, that's fine completely. IICS, we will create all the transformation logic by using transformations, right? So we'll create a transformation which is very similar to Informatica Power Center. Later point of time, if your companies or if you're going for a different project, they might be using DBT. So DBT is not only for Snowflake, they might be using with along with in this Databricks as well. Okay. So what are the available certification for DBT? So that's what you can do. Certification, I can say you can do Snowflake certifications. Okay. If you want to do any certification for DBT, then go for SQL certification. That's so then okay, you can go for. And so if you need any certification details, I will cover it later. So after transformation, can we store the data in any tables or directly use the transformation data in BI? So we will use as the data storage platform, we will use the Snowflake here. Okay, so this is the raw data. We'll take the raw data, create models, and load it into the curated layer here, or any different intermediate layer here. That will be the source for another models. And again, this curated layer, we will load it there. After that, so so for if you are from Power BI Tableau team, then I will create a data access layer for you. I'll give it to you. Okay, if you need a customer table or any fact tables, take the data from here. So Power BI team or the Tableau team, so they will not bother about, okay, what transformation tool we are using. They need curated data. That's it. So they will take the data from here. So does any organization use DBT for on-prem data platforms? I don't think so. they will use this on-prem, because this on-prem we don't have connectivity. So we cannot connect this Informatica directly Informatica to this DBT. So either from Informatica cloud to Snowflake, they have to load it. This cloud platform, they have to load it. On top of that, they will load. Because if already they are using Informatica, so why they have to go for DBT? So because transformation they logic, they should have already written in transformations in Informatica itself, right? So they will not use it. I learned if they are migrating, for example, if they are migrating from Power Center to Snowflake or Power Center to Azure platform or GCP, they might be using DBT as the data transformation tool. I learned Snowflake after I completion of DBT course. So what role I can go for? Yes, Snowflake and DBT data engineer role. So that's what you can go for. So even you can put in any of the job portal, you can check any now job portal here. If you go to, so right, Snowflake and DBT. So we have a lot of openings in India as well as any other country as well, right? Snowflake. So you can see if you see this one, it's very recent job posting only. So they are using Snowflake DBT data build tool. Whatever I explained so far, that most of them they are using it DBT, right? Snowflake and DBT. If you go here, Deloitte, they are using PySpark, AWS, Snowflake, SQL. So they are not, maybe they are not using this DBT as a tool. They might be using AWS PySpark there. And here, if you see this data processing, they're using Snowflake senior role and Snowflake data build tool. So most of them will use Snowflake with the data build tool. If you see this HCL also, they are asking data engineer, Snowflake data engineering, all this data build tool, build engineering, everything, right? So you can see this one 5 days ago they put DBT ETL pipeline, data warehousing, Snowpipe. So whatever I explained, which you saw also they're asking S3, Snowflake, Python, GitHub, software development. So if you go to most of the project, they might be using this one. Azure Data Factory also we can see that's very simple. Along with Snowflake, they might be using transformation, they might be using Azure Data Factory. So that is, if they are using Azure platform, yes, they can prefer Azure Data Factory as well. Snowflake. So if you have some time, go through that. So what skill they are looking for mostly, most of the project they'll be using that DBT as a tool. But anyhow, they will use all the cloud platforms. It's a So I recommend you to learn at least Snowflake, Databricks, these platforms, any cloud platforms, this DBT for any other upcoming roles. Okay, lead data engineer role. Most of them are Snowflake developer, data engineer role on Snowflake, ADF, SQL, Azure Data Factory or ETL logic. So here also they are asking this way. Okay, so you can go to the next page also, you can check it. Everything is like a recent post only, 6 days ago, 1 week ago, right? So everything, so they will take Snowflake this way only they will ask. And this is the hands-on session. We are going to learn everything. And migration, yeah, they might be using different tool. Okay, so here there is no scope for migration. This project, this training program is for writing the transformation logic in DBT. Migration, they might be using different migration. Okay, so they might be using Power Center to ADF migration, Azure Data Factory migration, and they might be using uh, Snaps is the data warehouse there, or Power Center to Snowflake migration, Power Center to IACS migration. They might be using any other cloud platforms. Migration, we cannot see that. Okay, so it's like one platform. No. So if you know this, all the platforms in your project, they might be using different migration tools. So later point of time, maybe I will cover some session for migration, Informatica Power Center to ADF migration, all this. So I planned, so I will take some sessions on that, but not in this DBT session. So DBT session more focusing on how to build a data transformation logic in DBT. Okay. So any other questions for DBT? So if you have any questions, so please unmute. You can ask your questions. I will answer your questions.
Hey, Chantra.
Hey, hi, Idian. Yes, please go get.
Hey, so the question that I do have on DBT is the microns that you did mention. Are these the same kind of microns that we use I've
Macros?
used before? Yeah, on Excel there is a part where you can use the macros.
Yeah, macros, we can use it in Excel as well. And we have used in our Informatica also, right? There's similar way also here also we can use.
But I
I will
have to
explain. Okay,
really,
we have separate session for macros. We will see that. Okay.
but I would have to know the topic though. I would have to know how to use the microns on
No, 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 no,
DBT.
no, 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 no. I will
Yes.
explain that. Okay, this is like so whatever this prerequisite for this DBT macros is everything is like SQL only. If you know the
Okay.
SQL very well, it's nothing but reusable code. Okay, so normally Excel sheet we will prepare macros and then we'll drag and drop that macros to all the rows, right? Similarly,
Uh-huh.
here also we are creating reusable syntax. So how we will create a reusable syntax in DBT that we are going to see this one day 7.
Okay.
I'll explain that. Okay, it's very easy to
Okay.
learn. Okay.
Now my last question.
Mhm.
So I know there's a multiple ways as a developer of doing multiple things. Like for instance, I want to move data from S3 bucket on Amazon Web Service. Would you
Mhm.
recommend using DBT, or I can just use the Snowpipe to
Yes,
move
no pipe.
data?
Yeah,
So
DBT will not do any data extraction. Okay. So DBT will do only data transformation.
transformation. Okay.
Yes,
All right. Sorry
yes.
about that.
DBT will do the data transformation. It is not used for data extraction. Okay. So
So
DBT
such
is
as
not a
to
data extraction tool. This is a data transformation tool.
okay, just to
Yeah.
migrate data. Okay.
Yeah, data transformation tool. It
Okay.
is it will do the data transformation logic. If you are from Informatica background, so we will be writing the transformation logic by using transformation like filter, aggregator, like a target transformation. We'll use different transformation, right? So instead
Okay.
of that, we are using here the SQL. That's it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I got one more question. Migration, like earlier, we used IACS transformation to Snowflake by SCDs. For DBT also, yes, it's SQL. So that we will see that. SCD logic and all we will see here. Okay, streams and task for SCDs, everything. So that we will do it here as a models. Okay, so we'll create the models here. All the data transformation logic, everything will create as a .SQL file here. So this way. So that's what we are going to learn here. And yeah, we'll see that. Okay, so how to build a fact table load, dimension table load, SCD loads, all this we'll see here. So this way we have to write. If you see here, I have written the fact table load, right? So this way you have to do this. You have to write this logic. This is nothing but SCD logic only. Or so we are taking some dimension table here, and this is one source. This is date dimension and this store dimension. This dimension table loaded by another .SQL file, another model. So that model we will use it here. If you see, reference it, right? Then we will create the data transformation logic. If it is this is nothing but aggregation we build, right? So fact tables definitely will go for aggregations. So case statement, all this. So that's a way we will do it. So if you are from Databricks background, the data engineering background or Snowflake data engineering background, we will write it everything. It's like a one notebook, right? Similarly, here also we'll write it this way. If you see here, this is the one we'll write it. All the SCDs and everything, we have to write it as a SQL statement. So if you want to migrate your Power Center to Snowflake with DBT, whatever we have written there as a transformation, that we have to write it this way, SQL statements. I hope you are clear now.
Yes, Chandra, understood.
Yeah.
One doubt, Chandra, like in Snowflake, we have streams and tasks, right? There also
Yeah.
we can perform SCD1 and SCD type 2
Yeah.
things, right? Then we can do the transformation also in Snowflake also, right? By
Yes,
using
yes, correct. We
SQL.
can do.
So then why we going to DBT and loading into curated layer. Directly you
Yeah,
can from the
that's
raw
what.
data layer.
See why they are using that DBT, right? So we have seen here. So creating data lineage graph is very easy here. Connect. So even Snowflake also, they have seen already why the companies are using DBT along with Snowflake, right? So that's what Snowflake has developed everything. Snowflake has now, we have notebook and everything, workspaces, everything. It can integrate with the GitHub. So we have the task and everything. So very well, you can go ahead and then use only Snowflake. But whatever the project they already started with DBT for these reasons, yes, they are using still for these reasons. Okay. So modularity, data lineage graph. So that's so one of the advantage here. And later point of time, if you want to move this platform to any other platform, data transformation logic is very simple here. Okay, for example, you have written code Redshift along with the DBT, then instead of Redshift, if I want to go for Snowflake, DBT side, no need to do any changes. Just we have to repoint to the platform. That's it. All the code we can reuse it. So that's a one advantage here. Data lineage graph, documentation and testing is easy and platform independent.
Okay,
So
Chandra, understood.
yeah. So if that's the reason the companies moved to the DBT, but Snowflake also they decided why companies are using another tool. They already brought this tool into Snowflake also, right? If you go to Snowflake, we have Snowflake DBT project. There we have one new concept they have introduced. So they will,
So it means in Snowflake itself we can do all the transformations
yeah, we
also.
can do. Yeah, we can do this all the. So whatever we have, this we can do. Data lineage graph also is there. In the task also we can see the dependency and everything we can do. That we can in the
Yeah,
task
that's what
itself,
I asked.
yeah,
Yeah.
dependency we can do everything. Everything is there now. Snowflake also because they have changed it a lot. Snowflake AI Cloud, they changed it. Later project, they might be using Snowflake alone. They will not go for one more tool. Yeah, still some companies are using this tool, right? So whatever here we are performing, everything we can perform in Snowflake. So with workspace, notebook and everything. So notebook can support SQL plus Python as well, right? So it's a more advantage. We can do automation also. But everything's like SQL only. So if you are from SQL background, then working with the DBT or Snowflake directly, that's fine. You can work on that. That's a framework, how the project they have already created it. The architect, how they have created it. So if we choose Redshift with the DBT, it just replacing Snowflake or something with Redshift. Yeah, correct. The underlying database might be different. That's it. The data layer, right? So that will be different. So we have to write this SQL code only in DBT.
So
So
since
Chandra,
this
support
DBT,
us.
Sorry.
since
Uh-huh.
yes, so
Yeah,
my
what kind
my
of extraction tool we are using here now, like Informatica or Matillion or Fivetran, which is going to cover
Yeah, we
here?
will use it. So in our session, I'm going to cover Informatica as the data extraction transformation tool, and I'm going to cover this Fivetran is another tool. And yeah, this time I'm planning for ADF also, or we can use any other tool, Matillion. It's very simple only. It just we have to give the source connection, target connection, and we have to schedule it. So what is the replication time? How frequently it has to load the data here, right? And whether we are going for incremental data or we are going for full load. So all this we have to configure it here, and then we'll do. So here we will see that Fivetran, Informatica, and so Matillion we have to create with
So schedulers like Control M or
no
Airflow
no
UC
need
for use.
no need.
Okay.
So why do we need scheduler here? We are going to see that um, in Informatica, sorry, DBT, we can connect with Airflow. So that scheduler we can see that orchestration.
Yeah, okay, Chandra.
Yeah.
So Chandra, good question here. Does DBT support the data sharing that we just talked about recently?
No,
It does not.
yeah, data sharing will be supported by the Snowflake
Okay.
data sharing. Yeah, we have this. Okay, so internal data sharing and external marketplace data sharing, everything will be supported by this Snowflake, not
Snowflake.
DBT.
Okay.
DBT just writing the transformation logic for dimension fact table loads or any other transformation they need it, BA analytics, we can write it. So all other properties of database level, that is cloning, right, time travel, all this, right, streaming, task and everything. So that is applicable in Snowflake or any other platforms. So what is the need of Jinja? So Jinja expressions, we will write it this way. So this is the way we will write it, right? The expressions. So that's a SQL statement we will write. So that we will call it as Jinja expressions. Say how we are referencing it, the models and everything, right? So that's a, so I will take Jinja. So why do we need Jinja all this in our coming sessions? Okay. So these are the, we are writing, right? Like this. What is the source? So we have the customer table. And then from this sample data source, so if you go to the source here, we should have that sample data as the source. So from there, we have to take it. Okay. We have to just, we are referencing it or we are taking the source here. This is source and somewhere we should have reference it. Reference means this is another model. We are referencing it. This is source. So this way we'll take it.
Sample data is a database or schema, Chandra? Or like,
It's a source data.
no,
We can,
it's SQL statement select from table name will provide,
that's
right?
what, it's
So
the
the source
source.
is table name column. Okay.
In DBT, we have to create a source. Okay. That we have to point out from where you are taking it. This source is from the underlying data platform. This is from, so where we have defined the source, right? If you go to the YAML file, the source we should have defined it here. So from where we are taking it. Okay, this is core schema, core DB, and it's a customer table. So customer portfolio, all this. This is what we have defined the source. So if you are going to make it like a sources, and which source? It's a customers table or customer portfolio. So that we should have defined it here. Customer portfolio, right? It's nothing but this is what we will source it. So that YAML file we have to define.
So it means initially we'll create the YAML file
Yes,
for
correct.
the sources.
Yeah,
Later
whatever the sources we are going to apply it. So we will do it one by one here. We will add it one by one here. So that's a easy to backtrack it, and DBT will create this model easily. So how this is being used? Okay, final table. It is being populated from customer portfolio model, and this is from this customer table. This model is being populated from customer tables and portfolio tables here. So this model will create automatically, right? So backtracking and modularity is very easy. DBT. This is the main reason why we are going for DBT in Snowflake or Databricks environment.
So it is kind of data lineage, that backtracking, how the connected.
Exactly.
Like,
Yes.
okay.
This is a data lineage. So whenever we are going to create a source model and everything, we are going to reference it. This lineage will automatically created by DBT. We are not going to create it.
Okay, Chandra.
Yeah.
Chandra, kind of how much kind of real-time experience we can put for this course, Chandra?
Snowflake along with DBT, you can put 2.5 years to 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So before that, you can put whatever background you are from. But for this, you need to have the ETL, the prerequisite I already explained, right? SQL, all this you should know. So we have IACS, right? But we need to have DBT for transformation purpose. Yeah, so we have IACS. That's what. If your company is using IACS, they will not use DBT. Okay. If already they are using IACS, why they need one more tool? If they are not using, they will use DBT. For some flows, some companies will have both IACS also, DBT also. Some flows they will use this DBT, some flows they will use Informatica. Okay, so I hope you are clear. And any other questions?
And I think SSIS tool too, the Microsoft SQL Server Integrated Service is fully equipped ETL tool. So I don't think
Exactly.
DBT will be a requirement.
Chandra,
Yes, please.
Yeah, DBT core cloud you are saying, right? Real time commands and all are same only, right?
Yeah, commands and all same only. If you are using DBT cloud, so everything we can do this way. Okay, UI. But if you want to run any command, so you can go here and run. Okay, you can put run. So which model you have to run it? So you have to put here. Okay, run DBT and then models, all this. So you have to use here. This way some command. Okay. You can run it still, you can run it, or we can do it by using directly UI also. So that is also possible.
So Chandra, after learning DBT, which should be a good option, Chandra, like PySpark or Snowspark for doing those?
For DBT, only SQL is needed. Okay. But in your project, if they are using Databricks or Azure ADF or something like that, right? Then you need PySpark all this. But for DBT, there is no Python or Java needed. So if you want to go for any other platform where they might be using, for example, Databricks, they might be using it, or you want to go for the skill set. So you need to have SQL, Python, then PySpark, all this. But for DBT and Snowflake, 80 to 90% is SQL only.
Chandra, for practice, this cloud version is available for practice.
Yeah, it's available. It's a 14 days trial. After that, we can same account also we can use it without upgrading to a paid version. We can use it. I'll tell you tomorrow. We can use this one.
Yeah, hi Chandra.
Yeah, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, comparing to Informatica IDMC and the Snowflake, the ETL implementation, which will be compatible, comparing to ETL experience.
Yeah, so if you are from Informatica background, yes, transformation there, it's very easy, right? Complex transformation logic also very easy. If you are using that source qualifier query, there we will be writing some SQL query, or lookup, we will write some SQL query there. But here, everything is like a query only. If you are working on this migration project, might be from Informatica Power Center or SSIS to Snowflake with the DBT, whatever we have written there as a SQL plus transformation logic, that you have to convert as the SQL query here, this way.
Yeah, I got it. But comparatively, which one is
if you are from
practice
Informatica,
from
yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you are from Informatica background, then it's very easy. You can. So you can.
In future, which tool will be more will be career you can choose for IDMC or Snowflake plus DBT.
Yeah, it's a cloud platform only. They might be using it. Some project they are using Informatica, some project they are using Snowflake with DBT. Okay, so nowadays if you are from one single skill set, so that will not work out, right? So we have to learn everything. These DBT just we can learn it within 10 days, not more than that. Everything's like SQL only. How we are building it, that we have to learn. That's it. The tool, how we are using it. If you are from Informatica background or SQL background, right? No need to spend much time for DBT learning. It's very simple. We can create it. We have to learn all these concepts. What is model? What is schema file? What is project.yaml file? What is test case and what is snapshot, seeds, and everything we have to learn one by one. Macros, right? So we have to learn, that's it.
So Chandra, kind of in IACS, we do the transformations, right? Like joiner transformation, lookup and filter, router, everything. So those kind of transformations we are going to do in DBT also. So those kind of exercises also will be provided here, right?
Yeah. So everything you have to write. Okay, there if you are using filter, here you have to use where class. That's it. There if you are using joiner or lookup, here you have to use the joiner. Okay, if they are using lookup, you have to use left join. If you are using joiner transformation, you are based on the open joiner and check whether it's a master outer or detail outer, full outer, you have to use it here. If you are using any aggregations, so what type of aggregation you are using? Expressions, okay, case statement. We have used some if then else logic. Use it like this. So that we have to convert as the SQL statement. That's it. So nowadays, if you go to some project, right? So there we might be using some Copilot or any other AI tool also. So that way also can get help. So you can take that XML file, you put it there, and that XML file will be converted as a SQL file. Then you, so 60 to 70% it will convert. So after that, you can do some changes. Okay, so nowadays, most of the project we will use AI tool. So we'll get the assistant from AI tools, and then we have to do some changes. So definitely it will help us going forward. Yes, Manju, you can go ahead. You have raised hand and ask questions if you have any questions.
Yes, actually, hi Chandra.
Yeah,
So
please
I
go
was
ahead.
just checking. I'm from the BA analytical background. Mine is more on the kind of I worked on SAP Portal and Design Studio, those kind of a stuff. And now I'm looking for a career change. So what would you suggest? Because this is something which is it sounds very interesting to me.
Okay, so may I know your prerequisite skill set? You are you from SQL background or ETL
Yes,
background?
I have done my SQL also.
Yeah, yeah. If you are
SQL
from
not from
SQL
as a DBA perspective, but as an kind of
yeah,
a
yeah,
lead
developer, right?
perspective, I've done it. Yeah.
Yeah. So then it's very easy to learn this one. Snowflake with the DBT, you can start.
Okay.
After
Okay.
that, you can go for Databricks. If you are from Snowflake background and learning this Databricks and all, it's very easy. So same kind of one, but Databricks side, we will use either SQL for data engineering or PySpark. That is depends on the how the framework they created. But some architect they have created everything on top of that everything they created as okay they are suggesting you to do by using SQL, then it's very easy. But some automation and everything you want to do by using PySpark, that we have to learn PySpark side. But start with this SQL with Snowflake, so that is easy to learn.
And also, would you be teaching the PySpark in a different program?
Yeah, that is I'm taking the PySpark in Databricks, but
Okay,
not
perfect.
now. It will take some another 1 or 2 months. So that I will announce it soon.
Okay.
So are you planning
Okay.
to take Azure Databricks, Chandra?
Yeah, yeah, yes. Yes,
Okay.
Databricks I will take, but later time. I have already prepared the course content I have shared, but later point of time.
So it will
Ye-
be
Okay.
weekend sessions or weekday sessions, Chandra?
Both will be available. Yeah.
Okay.
So is there will be chance of using functions and procedure in DBT? So everything you have to write it as a SQL statement here. So that's it. So if they have written something like functions and procedures, so that functions we have to write it as a reusable macros, all this, right? Here we have to convert as a macros or SQL file. So that macros is for writing reusable logic. So here, if they have written something PLSQL function or even Snowflake UDF or even in Informatica also they have written some UDF. So that we have to convert as a macros here. So macros, just to create a macros. This is the reusable logic. For example, here we calculated some tax calculation, right? So that calculation, any other members can use it. So wherever they want to use some reusable logic, they can go for macros here. Procedures, and if you want to write procedures, that should be converted as .sql file like this. Like this only we have to write. Okay. We'll see that later. Okay. I will give you some exercises, daily exercises I will provide, which is very similar to our Snowflake, how I have given exercises you have practiced, right? Similarly, I will give exercises for this DBT as well. Okay.
Chandra, on
So
the stored procedures, you will
mhm.
provide the input parameters, right? Input output parameters, like you can take in Informatica also in stored procedures normally. So in DBT, stored procedures, just we will using converting is fine. If user is required to provide any input parameters, so it will be achieved or
Yeah, it can be achieved.
okay.
Okay. So that can be achieved. I will tell you. Okay. So here we will take this particular project, end-to-end project with along with Snowpipe. So if possible, I will integrate with this one ADF also I will integrate so that you will get a clear idea. So how we will use Snowpipe. So how we will use Fivetran to take the data, bring the data to raw layer. Informatica also will create 2 to 3 pipelines to bring the data to Informatica. Sorry, Snowflake. On top of that, we will use DBT. After that, we will create one data visualization by using Power BI. Okay, so that as well, we'll see that. So end-to-end project. So it is not DBT will not support PLSQL, so that's why it's a plain SQL it will support. So if you have any PLSQL, you have to convert as SQL here like this.
Yeah, Chandra. Actually.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Chandra, actually regarding Snowflake, you said actually you will share that functions, Snowflake functions, right? Like DDL, so many functions are there. Then metadata tables also you will be sharing like that, right? Do you have that?
Yeah, I have to create a video. Okay, so maybe the SQL video I have given, right? Single row functions. So those are the functions. If you get a chance, so please watch the day 4 or day 5 session which I have given. So those are the functions we'll use it in Snowflake. Uh, some functions are different, so that maybe I will give you as a video. Okay, I'll give you. Okay, so because I did not create it, I have to create later point of time. I will give you.
Okay. So like that metadata, many tables are there, right? Metadata
That I have
tables.
we have seen already. But if you are looking for some one sheet with all the metadata tables, so that I can share.
Yeah. Like that only. Yeah.
Yeah,
Please share
I
it.
can share. Yeah, sure. Okay, so those who are from Snowflake batch, today we'll stop it here, and from tomorrow onwards we'll start with this installation and everything, which is very similar to our Snowflake. So how we did everything. So each day I have given the exercise, right? So those who are today they have joined for demo session. If you want to continue, so prerequisite is SQL and Snowflake. So if you are from Snowflake and SQL background, you can join it. If you're not from Snowflake and SQL background, so first you learn it Snowflake, or next batch, maybe February first week I'll start. You join there, and then after that I will complete that DBT also, that same batch. So I recommend in that way because my assumption is already you have completed, you have knowledge on Snowflake. Okay, so we'll stop it here, and if you would like to join our session, so please you can ping me on WhatsApp and I'll guide you how to join it. So from tomorrow onwards, we'll go with this day 2 session and we'll see that installation and everything tomorrow.
Hey Chandra, just wanted to know if we can set up time to finalize that SQL developer installation.
Yeah, sure. I will help you out.
When do you think would be a good time?
So after this session, are you available or?
Yeah. So right now I'm available
tomorrow?
tonight. I'm available tonight if you want to see, because maybe I can share the screen and you can just check it, see if it's going to take longer. We can check it a bit more. Okay.
Yeah, sure. I will connect with you. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Chandra, what would the timing for trainings like?
Yeah, 7 a.m. Same time.
7 a.m. IST.
Yes, correct. 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and then if you have any questions, it will go 8:15, 8:20.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, same time. Whatever we have seen today, right? Same timing only. So those who are from Snowflake batches, they should know already. So what should be the timing? How we will have our session? Yeah, similar to this DBT also. But DBT is very easy if you are from SQL background. Quickly we can complete 2 weeks or 3 weeks maximum. By this month we will complete it. 3 weeks we'll go for. So strong SQL knowledge we need. That's what I put prerequisite. So we need strong SQL. Okay, so thank you all. We'll stop it here and yeah, we'll continue tomorrow. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, Chandra.
Thanks everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Chandra.